guys, I made an effort to come back sooner than I did with the last break that I took. I thought we could do a summer beauty favorites video today. If I end up having time, I do have some more lifestyle sorts of things, but very recently, I think last month, I did a non-beauty favorites video on Patreon. So if you're interested in hearing more of the lifestyle stuff, there's a whole 30-minute video on Patreon for you. So let's start with a little bit of skincare. Actually, I think we should just lead off with the August Beauty Heroes box. I'm not gonna have time to do a standalone review, I don't think, but I'll absolutely mention them here because they are without a doubt favorite products. I mean, favorite brand, but the actual products that they selected for the box are also amazing. So it's none other than Inlight Beauty. I have so much past content on this UK-based brand. This last year, I think it was in March, they released a new product and it's included in the box this month, Beauty Heroes box, the Neck Firming Serum. So these are brand new bottles of the Neck Firming Serum and the Floral Tonic, which is the other product in the box. I currently have one of these going. I think I probably have about 25% of a bottle left, so I'm so happy to have a backup. And in fact, I think I have another backup from when Beauty Heroes did, I think, a weekend promotion featuring this product along with one of their body oils. And then the Floral Tonic, I think if you go back to my Best of Beauty video, definitely Best of Beauty 2022 and even before, this will be in there. So I use this in lieu of splashing my face with just tap water in the morning. I switched to using this just a little bit in the palms to refresh the skin in the morning, and that was such a game changer for me. Just stopping, or I guess minimizing the use of tap water on my skin. We have a filter in the shower, and you can actually, I think, buy point of use filters for like a bathroom sink faucet, but I don't have that. So I just try and minimize tap water on the skin if I can. Since I've been doing that, I've had less dryness, less sort of like ruddiness or inconsistency to the skin. It just has really helped in a lot of ways. And the Neck Firming Serum, I won't belabor it here because I actually did a demo video for Inlight when they launched this. I'll link it below so you can see the different kind of application techniques. It's gorgeous. It has an amazing creamy, soothing, comforting type of scent. You could use this, I think, sort of as an upper body oil and just kind of take it all around, which is what I do because I love it so much. It has a really beautiful, silky, dry oil texture. And the really nice thing about Inlight is that the products, I guess with the exception of this, because this is a water-based product, but everything else is anhydrous, and the shelf life or expiration date, I think, is 4 years from the date of production. And I can attest to the fact that they really do stay extremely fresh and potent for that whole time, because I've had Inlight products that have been that old and they still feel just incredible. So LAMOUR 15, you can use that code at checkout if you want to get 15% off any term Beauty Heroes subscription. Let me know if you have any questions. Again, I've talked about Inlight so many other places, and I think my effusive love for them is very well demonstrated. I would love for people to show them support because I want Beauty Heroes to stock even more from this line, like the hair oil and the eye serum, the eye supreme serum, I should say. And there's a couple other things that they don't carry. I think the night balm, let's get them to stock like pretty much the entire range. That would make me extremely happy. Okay, other skincare to mention that I've been really enjoying this summer, this beautiful Manasi Duo that released earlier this year. So this is the Chanoa serum, and I think this is called the Armonia face oil. So Suzanne Manasi sent these to me to test out. Very appreciative of that. You can see I've used a fair amount of them. The serum is a dead ringer for Provise Nutrify 1-6 tonic. If you've ever used that and remember it, it's very similar. It does have a bit of hyaluronic acid in it, and I will only use hyaluronic acid products with very rare exception, and this would be one of those exceptions because I think that it's so beautifully formulated, and I know the quality of ingredients that she uses is just truly excellent and surpasses the standards that most other brands are going to use. And then the oil is just a really gorgeous, lightweight, easy to use and layer oil. It's for someone that doesn't want to feel like they're they have a lot on their skin from their skincare. The textures are just extremely light, extremely refined, but still effective. So they still feel nourishing, hydrating, protective, beneficial to the skin. I can highly recommend both of these, and I don't think that you'll be disappointed. Plus, they're just absolutely gorgeous. I have yet to try their newly launched face cleanser. It's a balm, I think a gently emulsifying balm cleanser. I definitely will be trying it. I just have not gotten around to picking that up yet. These I believe you can get at Boxwala, or Ayla Beauty as well does carry them. I'll pop some links below for you. A quick shout out to the Naturally Drenched Watermelon Dreams Absolute Oil. I got this on discount or clearance, I guess, from Beauty Heroes during one of their recent sales. It was 20% off, and then it was like on sale on top of that. It's just 100% Kalahari melon seed oil. This is an oil that's in other formulas that I like, and this one smells actually like watermelon. So I don't know if they added like a tiny bit of fragrance into it. It's almost like what it smells like, because I know in very, very tiny percentages you don't have to disclose that on the label. I don't know if that's the case here or it truly just smells like that, but it smells really nice. The scent is very, very light, but I like using this as one drop around the eyes as a very gentle eye oil. That's why I was sort of interested in this in the first place, because Kalahari melon seed oil is one of the primary oils in the Lil Fox Kalahari eye serum, which I have liked for years. So yeah, I think this is affordable, it's enjoyable, it's fun. The packaging is this nice pop of color. Really nice for summer, very lightweight and easy to use. Another nice lightweight skincare product, the In Fiore Hydrating Gel Cream Concentrate. I think that's the official name. This is part of their Japan edit. It's this and a micellar water and this Intensive sheet mask system. I have all those products. I've been using all the products pretty much since they launched. I bought them and I like all of them. I really need to do a standalone In Fiore Japan edit review. These products are limited edition, but they're going to be available at least through the end of the year. So you do have a little bit of time to pick them up. But I really like all three. This is probably the one that I had the least expectations for, but I kind of just use it as a lightweight cream. This is really for someone that has oily combination skin and just needs a light moisture layer. So the way that I use it would be a couple drops of oil and toner and topping off with this as like the last step. I've been using it at night actually in lieu of a heavier balm, like one of the Inlight balms or Gressa Siberian Pineapple or the Mira's Tallow Balm. Those are all like a heavier finishing step, but this is just very nice over a couple drops of this, or I've been using some of the LAMOUR oils. It just kind of makes the skincare routine feel complete. I'm not sure that that's technically how they advise using it, but in talking with Julie about these products, there's really like no rules. You can layer them however you want. She does. I mean, she's shared the ways that she kind of goes rogue with how she uses the Intensive system or how she pairs this into her routine. Or the micellar water. The micellar water you can use as a leave-on, you can use it as part of cleansing. They really have a very flexible purposes, which I like about them a lot. And so great little product for summer that I wasn't really anticipating getting a ton of use out of, but it really has had a place in my routine. This little guy really has surprised me. True Botanicals, I heard so much feedback from people about how they felt about this box, the July Beauty Heroes box. They're a more mainstream, clean beauty brand. You see a lot of popular beauty bloggers who don't really have any kind of vested interest in green, eco-clean skincare, but they'll use True Botanicals and tout that, oh, it's clean, but it doesn't really mean anything because they're using it alongside lots of, normal things. I think this brand has a bit of that connotation. It's a little bit more of a department store feel, but I have to say that the box kind of surprised me. I will say the more that I use the SPF, the more I'm kind of a little on it. I just don't like the illuminated finish of it as much as maybe I did initially. And I have the last video I did on YouTube is all the SPFs I'm using this summer. So you could see it in comparison to the little lineup I currently have going on. The Chubula serum I think is nice, but personally I would prefer to use the Manasi. But this, the product that I was like, oh, I'm not even gonna try it. I'm just gonna give it away and out of pocket, I'm gonna discount it. But I decided to try it just so I could have an experience with it. And what do you know, I was really pretty impressed. Dare I say, like hooked, just from one use. So I tend to steer away from vitamin C products for sort of an ideological reason in terms of how I like to take care of my skin, and then also a practical reason, and that I don't tend to react that well to them. For example, the Agent Nature powdered vitamin C product I've used in the past, and I just find to be extremely aggro and like irritating. So I kind of was bracing myself for a similar experience with this. I've only used it once, please keep in mind. Double cleansed my skin. I took a little bit of a face oil, I think it was the LAMOUR Elastic Love, and I just dumped, you know, maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon right into the oil, mixed it around and applied it to my skin. Now I did get a little bit of a tingle and I was like, oh gosh, but the tingle was slight. I would say like a 2 or a 3 on a scale of 1 to 10, and it subsided within maybe 20 or 30 seconds, and that was it. I think I then went on with something over top, like maybe it was this or a tiny bit of an Inlight balm. And I woke up the next morning. It was as if I had exfoliated, had a really nice exfoliation. It's kind of what it seemed like. I just had this brightness, this clarity, this evenness, like just like a very subtle, that only I would probably be able to tell, skin perfecting experience with it from one use. And I think that that's kind of crazy, because I had always thought vitamin C is something you really have to use repeatedly to start to see a result. Now, I don't necessarily have major pigmentation or issues that I'm trying to treat with vitamin C, but I can say that just for a little refresh, I liked it, and I'm going to continue to use it, I think. Okay, last little skincare thing that I've been loving is In Fiore Velite. Great year-round product, but I'm liking it a lot this summer, and in fact I'm really liking it around the eyes. So it's this very nice, lightweight, quick to absorb balm texture that you can use on the lips or around the eyes. Now it might not be enough for some people around the eyes because it's a very, I guess, light texture. Like Julie has told me that she'll layer this with V Claire, which is my probably #1 eye care product. But this also ties into mixed feelings I have about the Iuna eye serum, which I've also talked with people on and off since that launched in the Beauty Heroes box. I really can't figure out how I feel about it. I'm going back and forth with it, because while it has these really nice immediate deep puffing tightening effects, I kind of think that because it's so active, it has a bit of a dehydrating effect under the eyes, and if you're already dry or prone to a little bit of crepiness, I can notice that a bit. So I've kind of pumped the brakes on it. I'll use it sporadically. I was also getting a bit of irritation using it, but I've tweaked the amount and how I use it, and I can kind of control the irritation. But I think that it's almost like on a seesaw, you know, you get these great deep puffing and circulatory benefits, but then it's a little bit, it kind of throws other things off balance. You know, at least that's my experience with it. So I also will like to layer the Iuna eye serum with the Nectar, the little pot of the Nectar mask, but it really kind of functions as a cream. You can use that right over top, and I feel like that helps with the hydration. So yeah, Iuna eye serum is an open question for me. Velite has been great if I don't want to use just a drop of an oil, or I'm not in the mood to use Iuna. At night I've been using the Inlight Eye Revive, which is very nice but quite heavy. So I need to alternate eye products or things can kind of get out of whack. So great. I also like this around the lips a lot as well. Okay, I think that's it for skincare. A couple of Momi products that I've been loving this summer. Diane sent me a beautiful care package last month. And I love her stuff. I've loved it for years. Her lip glosses, some of her hairstyling products. They just have such a light, effervescent type of feel. She's one of these kind of last holdouts of old school eco beauty days where when I use her products, I get that old feeling, that just that excitement, that wow, this is so amazing that these products exist, right? Like this growing niche of luxury, clean beauty, eco beauty products. Like her products instill that feeling in me. So The styling jelly and this shampoo and shower product, I really just use this as a shower gel. I haven't tried it as a shampoo yet. It's orange hinoki. So it's the citrus, but it also has that little bit of sort of woodsy, je ne sais quoi type of scent. It suds beautifully. It's just a really pleasant product to use in the shower. I've been loving that, and I also love that it's in a pump. It makes it so easy to use. And then the styling jelly. I think I've become more, maybe it's also because it's summer, I've become more sensitive to like my flyaway baby hairs. And so like if I'm doing a low ponytail, or even if I'm putting my hair up in like a top knot with a hair claw or something, I'll take a couple pumps of the styling jelly and just smooth the sides of my hair back, and it's like instant refinement, as opposed to more, I mean, the kind of frazzled baby hair flyaway look is its own thing, but I've just been into more of like a sleek look. And what I love about it is that I don't necessarily have to wash my hair the night after I've used this. So with a lot of styling products, especially like anything that's like a hair gel, you're gonna need to wash your hair because you're gonna get like dandruff-like particles, or it's just not gonna kind of rub out of the hair. But this I've used and then gone a day or even two. You can kind of shake it out and make your hair back to being flexible. I mean, it still is gonna feel like it has a bit of grit and product in it, but I love that I don't necessarily have to wash my hair after using this. And I've also been using the Intelligent Nutrients hairspray as an additional kind of like setting step. That I wouldn't consider as much of a favorite as this has been, just because I feel like for what this does, it's really good. The hold is good, the smell is good. It doesn't flake off in the hair, it washes out easily, it doesn't disrupt my scalp. So huge rave. Beauty Heroes carries a lot of Momi products, not all, they do carry quite a few. I would be remiss to not mention the In Fiore essences, because this is really, for the most part, the only fragrance I've been wearing for quite a while now. I do also wear an Ellis Brooklyn scent and a Lena Hansen scent, but I keep meaning to do some sort of fragrance declutter, commentary, collection type of video. My relationship with fragrance has probably quite understandably changed after having kids. I just don't wear as much of it because my kids are always around and on me. I don't want to bombard them with scent, but these are just great. I keep my set in the bathroom, so I have all of them except Shivanti. That's the only one I don't have. The two I wear the most in the summer, or have been wearing, are the Jasmine Superior and the Bois de Rose. I actually like mixing these a lot. If I were to just recommend one for spring and summer, personally, just based on my preference, it would be the Jasmine. It's like walking in a Japanese flower garden, tea garden. It just smells so beautiful. Oh my gosh, it's so good. And then the rose is also gorgeous, and they just layer really beautifully with each other, I think. Very fresh, smells like a rose bush. And this one has like a very nice emotional, soothing type of effect that you would get from rose. These don't last super long on the skin. I feel like that's a question I get, but they're so portable that you can take them with you and reapply throughout the day. And yeah, I just really like the concept. They're absolutely beautiful little bottles and I love them. The other thing I was gonna say is that for fall and winter, cashmere would be the one that I would recommend. And that's probably my favorite overall, irrespective of seasonality, but cashmere is much earthier. So if you liked Patchouli Royale like I did, you will like cashmere. It's just sexy and earthy and deep, and those are my preference. That's my preference in fragrance. But for something lighter for summer, I would recommend the Jasmine and the Rose for sure. And Tangiers is also nice, but more of like throw it in your backpack or your study bag type of thing. Or traveling if you're feeling like motion sickness or something. I don't know, it just has like, it's that bright sort of lemongrass scent. So it's more of an olfactory aromatherapy experience rather than like a fragrance is how I experience Tangiers. But I do wear that one as well and I really like it. Okay, moving on to some makeup stuff. And then I think we are gonna have to stop there because I've been recording for quite a while. But let's get through this makeup. Of course, I'm gonna talk about Gressa Essentialist. Probably the #1 makeup product for me this year, like new to me this year. Of course, you know, I have my beloved Manasi, which is pretty much the foundation of my makeup. But Gressa Essentialist, I absolutely love and adore. I'm completely done with Madeline, which is the shade that's the truest match for me, but I have a bunch of other shades. I really like Cannoli as a contouring shade. I can use Leche Frita, but it's too warm for me. It's like the warm counterpart to Madeline. So if Madeline is an NC 20-ish, Leche Frita would be an NW 20. So it's the same sort of depth, but the warm counterpart, at least I think so. I have Macaron for brightening. Tiramisu could also be a brightening shade, but is very yellow. And then Cannelle is a great peachy under eye corrector shade. And Creme Brulee is actually quite a bit too dark for me. This is more of like your NW or more of just like a straight neutral shade for probably around like an NC NW 30, I would say. So this one is definitely like, I can't really find a way to make Creme Brulee work. It's just a bit too dark for me. I do have tons of past content on Instagram on Aggressa pinned highlight reel, and then I do have a relatively recent makeup video using this in action. I just want to mention, she raised the price on these recently, kind of substantially, and so I don't want you to be surprised if you go see that. I do have a 20% off coupon code. It's just LAMOUR for new email accounts, new customers with new email accounts, so you can feel free to use that to get a discount, or she does run pretty regular promotions where you could stock up on these. So if you have more questions about the price increase, I know that Svetlana would be amenable to talking to customers one-on-one. I do think that her new price is a bit steep, but with available discounts and the promotions that she runs, I do still think that it's workable for most people for such a high quality product. I love this. I mean, if I just want to do something really quick, I'll just do one shade like Leche Frita, too warm, preferably Madeline is my all over shade. And it's just the quickest way I can get some makeup on my face and quick coverage. Okay, my favorite lip combination this summer has been two Manasi shades. I don't know if I've shown these on my channel yet, but I made these palettes. These are all depotted Manasi colors, and I actually have a whole video. It's like 2 hours of footage, so it's taking me forever to pare it down, but I filmed the entire process of making these palettes. I'm like 30% done editing it, and then I have to do a voiceover, finesse it with music and all of that. So I wanted to get it done in the spring, but it's probably going to be done hopefully at the end of the summer. But these have been, no exaggeration, the best thing I've ever invested in or done in my entire beauty life. And it's not going to be for everybody because I own every single Manasi color, but it just really has been the best thing ever. The reason I brought these out is because I have been pairing Sanguinello, which is this shade right here. It's a very peachy coral with Ikura, which is this cherry popsicle bright red. This combination, along with the Fit Glow Red Lip Liner, has been my favorite lip for this summer. It gets me very close to Charlotte Tilbury Lost Cherry, if anybody remembers that lipstick shade. Sanguinello alone, probably too warm for me, but with that addition of Ikura, it just brightens it up for someone with my complexion and coloring who really benefits from I guess that sort of cool undertone that I feel like Ikura and the red lip liner bring in. And it just kind of brightens the whole thing up for me. That's why these have been so epic and revolutionary for me, is that it's like being your own makeup artist, and everything is bespoke in the moment, and it's so easy to mix the shades and be like, this is not quite right today for the weather and the lighting and what I'm wearing and what my skin looks like today, and you can just forever tweak and manipulate and get the perfect lip color on demand, basically. I mean, it's really changed my makeup life, I have to say. So yes, this combination, I've been opting for it more than just a straight red because I feel like it has that kind of just fun, easy breezy, laid back summer feel with the coral coming through from Sanguinello. And then I'll also put this combination leaning more with the Sanguinello and less of the Ikura onto my cheeks. And then any kind of gold, copper, bronzy type of eye. And that's been go-to makeup look for me this summer. Okay, I think the last thing to mention are two new makeup brushes that I am so in love with. These are my first Sonia G face brushes. I have quite a few at this point Sonia G eye brushes. I have the Eye Fusion set and I have the Pro Eye set, I think. I decided I needed some and I went for the classic base. This came very highly recommended, and the smooth buffer brush. I did not have anything like this to tap loose powder into the face, and I use a loose powder pretty much every day to set base in the Haute Bio foundation, which I love. I really didn't technically need the classic base brush because I have plenty of foundation brushes that can be used with cream products. I have the Surratt foundation brush, which I do not like at all, and then I have the Gressa Air Focus foundation brushes, which I absolutely love, but this just came so highly recommended and I am so glad that I sprang for it because it is kind of a life-changing makeup brush, I have to say. It's just so soft on the skin. It really gets the product worked in and blended just so beautifully. You do get ever so slight streak marks, but the most minimal of like any brush I've ever used to work a cream base into the skin. The closest brush I've ever used to getting a beauty blender like effect of working a base into the skin. So I can highly recommend this. I love this one as well. I would even like one that's a little bit smaller than this, which I think that she does as well. So that'll probably be my next purchase, a smaller buffer brush. But yeah, absolutely amazing. I will continue to add to my Sonia G collection. It's pretty much the only exception that would get me to buy from Beautylish, which is the exclusive distributor of Sonia G brushes. But I can just attest to the quality, the craftsmanship. It really elevates the makeup experience. I mean, I already look forward every day to putting some makeup on my face because it's so enjoyable, but this just continues to elevate and bring joy. Okay, I'm gonna cut myself off here because this is long, but I did have other lifestyle types of things to talk about related to sourdough and recipes I've been making and making cold brew coffee and watching Great Pottery Throwdown on HBO. What I might do is, well, I'll of course link you to the non-beauty favorites video that I did on Patreon, but the lifestyle things that I kind of wanted to talk about today are sort of an outgrowth of that video. And what I think I might do is just do a public post on Patreon, because now you can join Patreon not being a paid member. I mean, you can obviously join or upgrade to a paid membership at any time, but it's kind of taking on more of a Substack type of feel where you can just go over and basically follow someone's public posts and at any time upgrade to the paid content. So I think that Substack actually has a pretty good model that way, and I'm glad that Patreon is kind of keeping pace with what other comparable platforms are doing. So you can go over and just join without any kind of payment, and I'll do a post or some sort of something to talk about these lifestyle favorites. So let's do it that way. It's the place that I am the most active with my content, is on Patreon, and then Instagram stories would be second, and then YouTube would probably be third right now. So thank you guys so much for being here. I'll list all of the codes and links down below, and I'll just look forward to hearing from you in the comments. Hope you guys are all having a great summer, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.